What is your gift? What is it that you believe you were put on this earth to do? If you believe in such a thing at all, that is the question we will be approaching with this poetry discussion. Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. I'm Adrian Fort, and we are here for another poetry discussion, which will appear in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one being the Emily Dickinson playlist, a playlist of videos dedicated to the greatest poet of all time, bar none. I will have no arguments. The second playlist, of course, is the poetry discussion playlist. The poem, in question today, it was given to me by the gods. Well, that doesn't sound grandiose at all. Not delusions of grandeur from the greatest poet of all time, because it's true. Now, the poem reads as such. It was given to me by the gods when I was a little girl. They given us presents most, when we are new and small. I kept it in my hand. I never put it down. I did not dare to eat or sleep for fear it would be gone. I heard such words as rich when hurrying to school from lips at corners of the streets, and wrestled with a smile. Rich 'twas myself. Rich 'twas myself was rich. To take the name of gold, and gold to own in solid bars, the difference made me bold. So, the obvious question here, what is it? Yeah. That's enough of that. But what is it? What is the gift given to our speaker by the gods? If our speaker here is Emily Dickinson, is indeed an autobiographical poem, then the it is words. Words themselves to make her rich. Words themselves presented as if they were gold bars. Bars. Now, for Emily Dickinson, this is obviously something that she believed to be true. For Emily Dickinson, this is something for which we, generations later, have benefited. The words of Emily Dickinson are grandiose. The words of Emily Dickinson are prophetic. The words of Emily Dickinson grant us riches like we should never have known. Riches that we have no right to own because she never published any of them. Referring to publication as the auction of the mind of man. What is it for you? That's the question, right? What is it for any of us? What are our its? What is it? She also mentions in this poem, they given us presents most, when we are new and small. I think that in each of us there is some truth to this. I think that most of us find something in which we are indelibly interested when we are children. Something that becomes slowly and over time part of us. I fear, and maybe this is get off my lawn status, I fear that some of this is being lost, perhaps only temporarily, by the overwhelming entertainment of the internet. Children at the youngest age these days are given tablets, something I would not have foreseen years ago. I did not know that the tablet was going to be such a powerful device. I didn't know it would be so popular, so overwhelmingly present in the education of children. I think that in generations past, it doesn't even have to be that far past, right? My generation, I was born in 1985, we had loads of time that we had to find some way to dedicate when we were children. We did not have the world at our fingertips in the form of the internet. I think that a lot of this will come out in the wash. I think that a lot of this, once the tool that is the internet is more fully wrangled, is that perhaps an appropriate term? Once the tool that is the internet is more appropriately wrangled, there will be room for expanse the way that my generation did not, the way that the current generation, I don't think is quite harnessing. And these vast swaths of time which we have will be used once again for exploration, as opposed to, and again, as I am not part of this generation, maybe I'm missing, maybe that exploration is happening, but it seems to me that there is a bit of a standstill as content is becoming internetized, is becoming more virtual, where the internet will prove a playland for ideas. You listen to someone like Quentin Tarantino. In a different time, Quentin Tarantino would still have been a great creator. Probably he would have written books, he would have written novels. But when he was a child, pardon me, he tells stories of his mother taking him to the local cinema. And it was these ideas in the cinema that pervaded his mind. His mind was always on the go. He was constantly creating, constantly writing these movies in his own head until he had the tools at his fingertips to make those movies. He was obsessed with those ideas. This is a sort of modern take, being cinema. There was something in your childhood for you very much like Quentin Tarantino's movies, like Words for Emily Dickinson. We lose that over time, many of us. We become normal. The great threat of normalcy, right? The idea of fitting in, the idea of having friends, the idea of being part of a network, perhaps a social network, overtakes us. And we lose these little individualized pieces of ourselves, these ideas that we have forged before we knew the quote-unquote real answers for things. People like Isaac Newton before would just sit and question things. Why, when that apple falls from the tree, does it fall down? And he comes up with the idea of gravity. The idea of gravity is later enhanced by one Albert Einstein. Perhaps if he had the tool of the internet and there was some explanation already for gravity, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein would not have transformed these ideas into what they became. For me, it was stories as well. When I was a child, I was drawn to words. I started just obsessing over words themselves, obsessing over collections of words, obsessing over how words became stories. I was also obsessed with the unknown. I had books and books and books of UFO abductions, about Area 51, about Roswell, things like that. They made me sufficiently strange, I suppose, strange enough to have dedicated years of my life to talking about words on the internet. But if this is to be beaten out of us, I think we can always tease it out from our past. We can always reconnect with those things and find them within ourselves. Emily Dickinson dedicated her entire life, basically locked herself away, and wrote poems, 1,776 poems. What is it from your childhood that you found in this world that so tantalized you that you were able to lock yourself away for hours at a time and find and coax and create. There was something. Have you lost that? Is it still inside you? Of course it is. Can you find it and bring it back out? If all of us do our little part in creating the world that we had as children, the world of something which had tantalized us, how much more rich would our lives be? In the way that Emily Dickinson is made rich by her obsession with words. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with, pardon me, with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel, so consider hitting the subscribe button. Stick around for more videos in the future, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.